What up, guys? CJ here, bringing you another podcast episode. NFL Week 16, man. NFL Week 16. T, how you feeling about it, man? My buddy T coming in per usual here and joining us on the show. How you feeling about Week 16, man? You feeling good about it? How was your Week 15? How did all that go?
It's been all right, man. Unfortunately, actually, this is the first time I'm gonna say it's fortunate. I'm actually happy it's week 16. This hasn't been a great NFL. I'm ready to move forward, so I'm excited.
You're ready to move forward to college basketball, betting on some college basketball or NBA, huh? Nah, it's you've still been profitable, but I think some of the games or the values that we typically would look at, sometimes it'd be better. You did cash out on that Jets under 10.5. That was a fucking slam dunk, man.
Yeah, for sure. But other than that, just a lot of favorites. There's a lot of trash teams. Like, there's no equal teams really playing each other. There's just not. There's just so many teams that have 3 or less losses, and they're just trash.
Yeah, and it makes it hard to cap those games because the line is super inefficient sometimes. So, kind of like using the formulas that we've used to bet on games in the past. It hasn't worked as well as it has in the past, I would say, right? Like, I've still had a profitable NFL season. Overall, this Sunday was good. The Sunday before wasn't, but overall, I've still had a pretty profitable one. You're just going to have those Sundays that, shit happens.
For sure.
And it's not going to look as pretty as you'd like it to look, I guess. To put it in the best terms there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But well, we're gonna get your Thursday night football pick. You want to give it early in the show, or you want to give it later?
I'll just give it today, right now.
All right, let's give it right now. So we got Denver coming into the Chargers home. Chargers laying 2.5 after getting whooped, man. I'm talking like they got ran through by Tampa Bay, bro. Who and why do you like in this game?
Well, technically, I would like the Broncos because I think the Broncos are the better team. But most of the favorites win, so I'm going to give out the Chargers. That's it.
No, well, I think you're just looking at it as like a Charger spot. And lately on primetime games, the favorites have been covering. But don't you think that would regress to the means, right? Like eventually the dog can cover that game. Because think about this. The Chargers also went into Denver. Well, you gave out the Chargers, but the Chargers went into Denver and they covered a spread in Denver at -3. So how are they favored by 2.5 in LA? That doesn't make sense. When they were favored by 3, that would mean that they're going to be favored by 6 at home, at least 5.5.
They got shellacked at home, like shellacked.
Yeah, well, they had some injuries, and I think Herbert came up a little gimpy. I think in that game too, right?
He's always hurt, though.
Yeah, he is always hurt. They need a little more
excuse, then we might as well put the Chargers out of the playoffs every year. He's always hurt.
Yeah, true.
He's banged up. Don't get me wrong, he's a soldier. He plays, but I always hear he's hurt.
But yeah, it doesn't help if he's playing and he's not doing his job, right?
Right.
So you would say So my thing with this line, right? I think, like I said, the Chargers were favored by 3 in Denver earlier in the year. They covered that game, but they're going to come back home. They're favored by less than 3 at home. That's just, I don't know. It's kind of fucking odd to me, but it is what it is, right?
Oh, for sure. It is odd, though. I agree.
It is odd. I'm going to say, realistically, tomorrow's going to be a tough game, tight game. The Broncos are 9-5. Sean Payne's done a hell of a job. The Chargers 8-6 when they were kind of like cruising in second place in that division. Then they just started slipping, man. They started slipping back. So, I'm gonna see that total sitting at 41.5, which I think is pretty accurate. That just tells me it's gonna be a Harbaugh type game tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the Chargers will probably win. Vegas puts them at 3. Vegas always seems to pick the fucking. Favorites, so I'm assuming the favorite will win.
Yeah, you're going by the theme of the year on primetime. A lot of favorites have been covering. I got to get some numbers on that. But no, this should be a better matchup, man. It's Broncos and Chargers. You're giving the Chargers at 2.5 because it dipped under the 3. It makes sense. Obviously, I also think you're looking at the fact that the Chargers are at home and they just got whooped on Sunday, so they need to.
That's mostly what I'm looking at is the fact that they got whooped. I'm assuming they'll come out better.
Yeah, they definitely need to come out and make some sort of a statement after losing in KC, then losing last Sunday. So they need to win this game, man. They need to win this game. But let's go to that's your is this pizza money for a pick, or you're gonna lay it pretty hard on?
Oh no, I'd lay it hard.
You'd lay hard on the Chargers.
Oh yeah, just like the favorites.
All right, so you're sold on Chargers. You already have some on it. I know by tomorrow, once you check the reports, you're really gonna put some more. So I'll definitely be talking to you in the morning. We'll check that out.
For sure.
But okay, so here's the next game: Texans and Chiefs. Texans and Chiefs. Chiefs might not have Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs, he got banged up against the Browns, and they don't know if he's going to play. As of right now, they have said that he did show up to fully participate in practice, so that's a good thing. Mahomes has been participating in practice. The Texans just came off of beating the Dolphins at home. Texans offense, I like the under in that game. Excuse me. Sorry. I like the under in that game. The under was sitting at 47. I think it closed at like 46. It opened at 49-ish, but I got it at 47. I like the under in that game solely because I feel like the Texans defense has been doing really, really well. They're ranked pretty high up there in DVOA, and you guys all know me. I respect DVOA standings. And the Dolphins have been playing pretty well too. So therefore, I just thought with the Texans' struggles in the red zone and CJ Stroud just struggling in general, I just really thought that this was a spot where the Texans would struggle to score, and so would Miami. So I just think Saturday. I don't know why I'm sitting here and backtracking on that game. I was thinking it was going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Chargers and the Broncos, but Saturday is the day that we're talking about. Chiefs will be playing the Texans, and with that Texans defense against Mahomes, if Mahomes plays with a gimpy ankle, it'll be tough. The line actually moved to 3.5 now, considering that the Texans or that Mahomes, the status is iffy. Obviously, they have Carson Wentz as a backup. What do you think about that with Carson Wentz as a backup if Mahomes doesn't give it a go?
Well, my question is, what is he listed day to day?
Day to day, but he's participated in practice. So the line opened at. Go ahead.
No, sorry. The reason why I asked was because I looked at the game card, and under injuries, he wasn't even listed injured.
Yeah, I think he's going to give it a go because the line opened at
Houston. Give it a go because I'm looking right now. The only people they have is Hollywood Brown, DJ Humphries, Connor, Hardman, Schrader. That's it. So I'm assuming he's playing.
I think he's playing also because the line went to 3.5 and it opened at 3. So I think at 3.5 though, I think if Mahomes is gimpy, this isn't an easy offense or an easy defense to be able to play into. What do you feel? The Texans.
The Texans team?
Yeah.
No, they're solid for sure. They're a hard hitting team.
Yeah, they're a very hard-hitting team, and they are very solid.
One of their captains will be out.
Are you talking about for the Texans?
Texans. Yeah.
The linebacker? Who are you talking about?
The linebacker, because he got suspended.
Wait, the linebacker got suspended? Shahir.
Yeah, he's a good player, man.
Yeah, no, he's a real good player.
He was a captain, a guy who hits hard, you know.
Yeah, but they played without him last week, and they did pretty well against Miami. What's up?
They played.
Yeah, I mean, it was a low-scoring game. I think, look, to be honest with you, even though the line has moved to 3.5 with the Chiefs and the Texans, I think it's a little too much, even though the Chiefs did cover last week, because, like I said, if Mahomes is gimpy, I think it's going to hurt them. But CJ Stroud has not been CJ Stroud this year, so I'm interested to see what he's going to do going into Houston, going into KC and playing this game. So
I want to bring something to light. I also want the viewers to understand this could be a trap game where we think, they're going to lose, Mahomes is hurt, blah, 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 blah. It could also be a trap game where KC goes in there and finally puts a whooping on them and lets America know, hey, we're all right.
So, yeah, you're right. It could...
it's a possibility. We've seen many games like that.
Yeah, that is a possibility, but they're playing in KC.
Yeah.
So realistically, like, if they do put a whooping on them, I don't know, that's not surprising to me. Is it surprising to you if they put a whooping on them?
On the Texans?
Yes.
This year, yeah, that would surprise me.
Okay. Why you
all the
media outlets are all talking bad about Kansas City, and deservingly so. I'm just saying, just because, we're hearing all these bad narratives doesn't mean that, Texans are going to go in there. You just never know. I just want to make sure, that we understand that could be a possibility.
I agree with you, actually.
Right?
Yes. I get that. Because the narrative with Kansas City right now is they're not the same, blah blah blah. But they could be gelling at the right time. I knew Hollywood Brown might play.
Right.
I mean, any weapon that you give them is just going to help them. Let's be real.
He was a little faster.
Exactly. So we'll see, man. This game's on Saturday too. I know. I was digressing earlier because I was like, wait a minute, what day is this game? But it is on Saturday. Then you have the Baltimore Ravens Saturday game, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore -6 at home, division game. What do you think about that line, man?
Man.
He's thinking.
What do you think?
What do I think about the line? I think it's high, but I think it's high for a reason.
Why do you think it's high?
I mean, it's right. It's technically right because Baltimore playing Pittsburgh was lane 3 in Pittsburgh. So
I mean, this to me, you put a line like that, it's totally fine. But to me, it's Vegas is telling us, hey, you might like the Steelers, you might respect the Steelers, but we're showing you we don't. Here's the number. Play it.
Oh,
right?
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
That's big. Like, dude, Vegas knows more than we know. That to disrespect, but don't. I mean, I think.
All right. So talking about Steelers and Ravens, you're saying that pretty much you're saying that Vegas is saying here's the 6 points. Go ahead and lay it if you want.
Right.
Okay. So you're saying that this is kind of like a trap game.
So that's saying it could be. That's all. I just want to point that out. It could be.
Okay, it could be a trap game. Got it. Could be a trap game. All right. Personally, I think, I can see them wanting the real people to take Pittsburgh, especially without Pickens. But 6 points is kind of an even line, kind of, in terms of like what I feel, because I don't think Russell Wilson's going to take them to the promised land either, So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see how that one plays out. But I'm interested in seeing that too, because if they're leaving that 6 out there and the Ravens win by 14 plus, and you already knew it was bad news bears from the beginning,
They called that too.
Yep. So, all right, let's go to our next game with Bengals and Browns.
And mind you, sorry to interrupt you real quick, the Steelers got shellacked by a really good team, which should, give us an idea of something, no?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. By the Eagles. The Eagles have, to me, one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Right.
So yeah, they should come out and want to play, but then again, who knows? Who knows, man? Okay, so next game, let's go. Bengals, Browns. Bengals lane 7.5. 7.5 at home. Do you think the Browns give up already? Because that line, to me, once it crosses 7 in a division game, tells me like, wow, they're just not respecting the Browns at all anymore, and obviously they respect the Bengals because the Bengals are favored by 7 last week in Tennessee.
Right.
Well, I should say 6. Sorry, it wasn't 7. 5.5, 6. But I think that line's about right. I don't think the Browns have anything left to play for. I think the Bengals. The only thing is, I think the Browns can score in the Bengals' defense, right?
Right.
So I don't know, man. If you had to lean aside on that one, where are you leaning?
That's way too hard. That's a tough game, don't you think?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's kind of an ugly game, right? It's not one of those games you look at and you immediately want to bet either.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, so we'll skip that one, man. But check this next one out, all right? Lions visiting the Bears. The Lions are -6.5. The Bears at home getting 6.5. And the Bears just look bad on Monday, man. But can they take advantage of this Lions pretty much take advantage of the Lions' defense that is very, 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 very hobbled? What do you think?
Man, they are. They're extremely, extremely hurt, right?
You're talking about the Bears D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're no, the Lions D. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're extremely hurt everywhere. Corner, linebackers, defensive tackle now. So I hate saying it, but this is a game where I can see maybe the Bears give them a little bit of competition, but I don't know, man. I'd rather look over the 47.5 if I'm doing that because I feel like, okay, then they're both going to score. It's not like the Bears are going to stop the Lions.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So 6.5. They're not giving it 7, though. It's like 6.5 is like, hey, you can play this at 6.5 here, and they know that people might take it. So I don't know, man. I will tell you one thing: the Lions have to get healthy. If they want to make a Super Bowl run, they have to get healthy.
100%.
Yeah, 1,000%. So they have to get healthy if they want to make a Super Bowl run. But we'll see. That will remain to be seen if they will get healthy. So,
Who do you like in the game?
man, that's tough. I'd like to say obviously the Lions are the better team. We all know the Lions are the better team, but.
For sure.
But just because they're the better team doesn't mean that they're going to cover that spread on the road when they're giving up a lot of points. When somebody's giving up a lot of points, when somebody's favored by 6.5, but they give up a lot of points, it's tough. It's tough to cover.
Sure.
Because you're going to have to get like turnovers that they turn into points, which could happen, but still, how are you going to get turnovers with the defense? It's not 100%. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that's my thing, man.
Mind you, though, they could. It's not going to work in the playoffs, but in the regular season, they could just try to outshoot you.
Yeah, you're right. They could.
They could do that. Like, trust me, against a shit team, they can outshoot you for sure.
They can outshoot you for sure. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
In the playoffs, obviously, it's a little tougher.
In Soldier Field, do you think they can outshoot them?
Man, that Bears team is like, I don't even know where their head's at, man. They shouldn't have lost to the Vikings like that. I mean, the Bears don't show me any signs of anything. Like, the quarterback's not doing – I don't think – yeah, they could. I really think they could.
Not just that, though. When I really think about it, that Bears team, they had that touchdown that would have made it a 6-point game, and it got called back because of a hold against Minnesota.
They scored a touchdown?
They were going to score a touchdown at the 1-yard line. They run it in, and then they got a holding call.
No, it wasn't a holding call. It was not a holding call.
I thought it was. Wait. What was it?
The defensive lineman didn't check in. He didn't tell bro.
That's
it's
right.
worse.
That's right.
But that just tells you the organization, the coaching, everything doesn't have their men prepared. That's a coach's fault. You teach your dude. I'm telling you, every sign just shows me that they're just not there. They're already in Cancun, man. I really believe that.
Yeah, they really are.
I really believe they're in Cancun. Most of the teams in Cancun already.
No, nobody's paying attention to the. I get it. Yeah, nobody's paying attention to it.
Like, bro, you don't. That's a mistake. That's a coach. Like, you prep your men. You let your guy know, hey, you're gonna go in for the first time, run your first offensive play. Make sure you check in, or when you're at the game, it just tells you. The interim coach they put didn't even know the rules. I don't even think he knew the rules because any coach would know. Hey, make sure you check in.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. That you're right. It wasn't a holding call.
Yeah, bro. It's just that organization, everything is just utter trash, dude. The only time that team was ever good, believe it or not, is when they had what's his name?
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, that's bad. That's the only time you're good.
Jay Cutler, and Matt Forte.
Matt Forte was a boss, but yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that one. I think 6.5 with that defense, it's kind of generous, but we'll see. It's the Lions. They can outscore anybody, like you said. Next game's a pretty bad game, though. I think it's Cardinals and the Panthers, man. Cardinals-Panthers. Shit. I mean, Cardinals are laying 4.5 in Carolina. How do you feel about that?
Carolina's played a lot better, man.
They have, but last week they made Cooper Kupp look like he was fucking top 5 quarterback, man.
Oh, last week they played the Niners. He didn't score. He didn't even catch a ball.
No, who are you talking about? I'm talking about Carolina.
Yeah, you're talking about Carolina made what's his name look good.
Cooper Rush. They played the Cowboys.
Oh, Cooper Rush. I'm so sorry. Hey, man, to be honest with you, that Cooper Rush on a Dallas team, he seems to do well.
He does seem to do well, but yeah, I think
I get what you're saying.
I know there's some sharp money that came in on the Cardinals already, but we'll see. To me, that 4.5 is a sketch line. I got to find out if there's injuries or anything because I feel like there's some stuff going on in the back end that we don't know about.
Games in Carolina?
Yep. Games in Carolina. So, Let's go to the next game, though.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to go off on a limb. Right here, right now, on YouTube, on everything. I remember a couple of weeks ago I picked the Panthers against Kansas City to cover that line. I was right. They almost won the fucking game, but they're just too mentally retarded and too mentally coached. I will go off on a limb. They will win against Arizona at home this Sunday. Take it down, jot it down, write notes, slam the house. That's what's going to happen. Because T said so. Well, I'm just kidding. But no, I really like that.
So you really think they're going to win this?
I think they're going to outright win, yes.
All right. You think they're going to outright win. All right, let's check it out, man. We'll have to see against the Cardinals, too. Cardinals aren't that great, but they did cover against the Pats last week. We'll see, man. We shall see.
It's the Pats?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Should we, celebrate?
No, I knew you were going to say that. Okay, so next game, let's go Eagles and Commanders, man. Eagles laying 3.5 in Washington.
In all honesty, if the Eagles are who the Eagles say, they should shellac this team as well. They should.
They should beat them by 10+, even if it's in Washington.
I 100% agree. They should, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think that Washington is that good to...
Dude, I think Washington is a mediocre 500 team.
Yeah, I think mediocre 500 is... I think you're right.
They're as good as the Texans. How about that?
Well, no, I just think that Jaden Daniels started playing well, but then he got hit a couple times, and all of a sudden he was like, oh, I'm in the NFL now. I got to watch out.
Right, but I think if you go Commanders versus Texans, will be a good game.
Yeah, Commanders versus Texans would be a pretty good game. I agree.
So?
Yeah. But I think this line at 3.5 tells you they're leaving it at the 3.5. Vegas thinks that the Eagles should smash them.
I think they should too.
So maybe not smash them, but they think they should cover. Let's put it like that. But at the same time, it's one of those division games where they get a little chalky sometimes, you know?
The line's at 3.5, right?
Yep.
Let's make sure we tell our folks here, don't wait around. That line's not going to move. It's going to stay at 3.5. It's not going to go down to 3, I promise you. It will stay at 3.5.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go down to 3. I know there's juice on the 115. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens come game day. I think the Eagles are 3.5 better, even if they're on the road. So check this next game out, though. The Falcons and the Giants, man. Falcons laying 8.5 with Penix at quarterback. Man, Cousins looked so bad on Monday. He honestly looks so bad. This game is just, they're leaving at 8.5. That tells me that's a lot of points, man. But that tells me that Las Vegas thinks that the Falcons and Penix are going to cover this game. I mean, the Giants are what? On their second, third string quarterback at this point?
I think so.
Because didn't DeVito get hurt?
He did. I think he went out of the first quarter.
So there you go. Yeah, man, I don't know. Falcons laid 8.5. Normally, I'd say there's value in the 8.5, but there's another organization that's tanking it, right?
For
sure. Just like the Bears, so be careful with that. Oh, that's a dog over there. But so then we got next one is Titans and Colts. Colts laying 3.5 at home against the Titans. What do you think about that one? That's a small line.
The Titans-Colts game?
Yeah, 3.5 Colts playing the Titans.
I think it's two pretty equally teams playing against each other.
They are, right? But I don't know. I mean, Will Levis, I don't know, man. He's been fucking looking good sometimes and just looking like crap other times. Right?
For sure.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm laughing because he said it's pretty equal teams playing each other.
Not the truth?
It is the truth. It is the truth. But I'm laughing because you said that, and I do feel like I don't know. I do think that the Colts can run them out of the building, but it's a division game, so I wouldn't doubt it if the Titans go in there and win because they went in the Houston Texans home and beat them, you know. But it is a shit game. I agree. So 3.5. They're saying that Vegas is saying the Colts are better. They should win. We'll see what happens. Next game though. Let's go to this next one. Rams and Jets. This one's interesting because the Rams are favored by 3, man. In New York. Obviously the Rams are better, but
let's make sure you understand it's not the same Rams team that was unhealthy in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, you're right. They're not the same Rams team as that.
Then I can also say, well, Aaron Rodgers looks like he's playing better. So which Aaron Rodgers are we going to get?
Which Devontae, which Aaron Rodgers are we going to get? I think that line should be more 2.5 or 1.5. 1.5 Rams, if anything, because I do think the Rams are better, but to put them at a full 3 field goal, that tells you something.
Yeah, just telling Aaron Rodgers, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. So I think they're favoring the Rams in this game. Now, you got to see the matchup advantages, disadvantages here, but we'll check this one out as we go, obviously. That's going to be a tough one, though. They're going to be playing from west to East Coast, so.
Right.
Let's check this next one out, though. I'm going to hop over to the next game real quick. So this one's interesting. Vikings go into Seattle, and they're favored by 3, and Seattle might have a backup quarterback in.
Right.
So do you think that the Seahawks defense is good enough to keep pace with the Vikings? I mean, the Packers went in there and destroyed them, but do you think the Vikings offense is as good and as creative to throw the Seahawks defense off? Let me ask you that. With the backup quarterback, because I don't think Geno's going to play.
Oh, man.
You think Geno's playing?
I do think he'll play.
Okay.
What's he listed at?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was full participant on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Then you think he's going to play? Well.
Yeah, it says his chances of playing are strong despite the right knee injury. So I think he'll be. I mean, to be honest with you, if he was a question mark, I don't think they'd come out with the line yet. The line's already out. I'm assuming.
No, they would put the line. I just think they would have it a little different because it's already Wednesday.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
So, can the Seahawks beat the Vikings at home?
No.
Given that, no. Okay, why do you think that?
I don't believe in Minnesota. I don't care what people say. They played the Bears, and let's be honest.
No, I'm saying, can the Seahawks beat the Vikings?
Well, yeah.
No, it's because you said no. You said no, but then you said they beat the Bears. You don't believe in Minnesota, so I think you got.
I don't believe in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I saw Darnold in the Bears game. He didn't play well. Just the Bears are just utter trash.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he
Seattle,
didn't.
Seattle's actually at home playing for something.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Seattle.
Okay, so you're going Seattle in that one. I think that line's a little too high, so I think there's some value in Seattle. It's all going to depend on the health of Geno, so we'll see when it comes down to that, right? And that's really what it comes down to, because unless you're going to have Sam Howell out there. But, yeah, man, that should be an interesting game to check out on a Sunday afternoon. So next game here, Bills-Pats. Bills laying 14 at home in a division game, man. Can you see the Pats hanging in there with them with 14 points?
Good.
Me too. I could too. I know it sounds funky, but I could too, especially after a game that the Bills just won in Detroit. That was a big game for them. So coming over here, coming home, playing the Pats. Divisional game. Yeah, even if it's like a last touchdown where the Pats are down 20 and they're driving, So we can see something like that. It's a lot of points, so be leery out there. But this is going to be the public teaser, right? It's going to be the Bills, tease them to 7. Tease the Bills to 7. Everybody tease the Bills to 7. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a good game, man. We'll see.
Let's be honest, that is a good teaser.
Okay, yeah, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Who knows?
The Bills are not going to lose by more than 7. If they lose, they'll lose by 3. They're not going to lose by more than. I'm sorry. Would I be shocked if the Pats win? No, because you and I watched so much football for so many years. Would I be shocked if they win by more than 7? Absolutely, yes.
Oh, no. Well, the Bills to win by 7, you're still getting the Pats at +7 technically if you have the other side.
Oh, you're right. You know what I was thinking?
Sorry, you were thinking the Bills to lose. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. We've had a long day today, so it's all good.
I take that back. That's not a good teaser then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got to watch out for that one. It's going to be the public teaser, man. Okay, I got another good one for you. The next game. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a game of what the fuck's going to happen with these teams. Dolphins, Niners, Dolphins, lane 1 at home, man. What do you got in that?
Oh, I got my lock already.
You got your lock in that one already? What?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what's your lock in that one?
49ers are going to win.
You called that one a lock. Why do you think the Niners are going to win that game?
Because they're the better team.
Okay, but what makes you so confident in that?
Because Shanahan isn't going to go out fucking losing 2-3 straight games in a fucking row. He's not doing that. He's going to win. He'll get his guys ready, and I think they'll win handedly.
Okay, you think they're going to win handedly, and you're thinking that Shanahan's going to get his guys and his troops ready to go.
I bet you like this play too.
Honestly, man, I think this play is not an easy one going into Miami, but I do know the Niners have 10 days rest, and they lost to a good Rams team.
Want to put a stake on it? I take the Niners.
No, I'm good. I'm not going to put a stake on it, but you're saying that this is a Niner game. All right, Niners spot at the
Remember
+1.
what I said, guys? It's remember, we film one day in advance. It's Wednesday, 7:10 p.m. The Niners are going to handedly cover this spread against Miami. Let's make sure.
Write that one down, bro. All right, cool. Niners at man, I'm going to be interested in that one just to see. I don't know if I'm going to touch the game, but I definitely want to dig into it more, and we'll talk a little more after when we get off the pod in the next couple of days, and we kind of check the injury reports. We'll go back and forth. But so next game we're going to go Raiders Jaguars, the battle of the shit QBs, man. The Raiders -1 at home. Fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, Mac Brown, Desmond Ridder, have yourself. Or no, yeah, sorry, Mac Jones. Sorry, Mac.
I'm about the 80-year-old fuck.
My bad, bro. My bad. Mac Jones, Desmond Ridder, man. Who do you got in this one? Who do you like?
Let's first ask this question: who's the more of a trash quarterback? Obviously, it's Ridder.
I think it's Ridder.
Obviously.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, both these teams want to lose. I mean, let's cut the bullshit. They don't want to win.
None of them want to win.
Why would you want to win right now?
Actually, if anything, the Jaguars are 3-11. So the Raiders have more to lose for.
They do. They have more to lose. They do.
More to lose for, yeah. So the Jaguars defense is pretty decent, if anything, man. And I think that I don't think that Ridder is going to be able to move that ball too well. That's my opinion.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly. He can't. So
even if he tried, he can't.
Exactly, he can't. So I guess we're gonna see there, man. We're gonna see there.
Man, the fact that sometimes I think to myself, if I'm a coach right now and I can have Cam Newton or Ridder, who am I gonna take?
Probably taking Cam.
I'm probably gonna take the 40-year-old fucking Cam.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. There's some bad quarterbacks out there.
People are in the league. I'm just thinking to myself, how are you guys in the league?
Yeah, man. Or they need to get a better backup or something, but.
Right.
In all fairness, Ridder is like the third stringer because it was O'Connell, then it was Minshew, and then now Ridder. So that's going to be an unattractive game to watch. But I do think that the Raiders have more to lose because of the whole first pick and all that. Let's go to another game that's on the board. This is Monday night already. Packers Saints. Packers lane 14 against another Spencer Rattler. Oh my gosh, going into Green Bay on Monday night, but Packers lane 14, man. What do you think? Do you give the Saints a shot in this one?
I'm in my fantasy league. Luckily, I'm playing the semifinals. I went out of my way to make sure I get the Packers defense. I don't think the Saints have a goddamn chance in hell.
All right, so there you go. You don't think that the Saints have a chance, so we'll have to see.
The Packers are playing for something. They're balling out. They have a chance to win a division. They're going to come out and destroy this team in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're right, because if the Lions end up losing 2 out of their next 3, the Packers are there.
Right.
The Packers.
You
also have the Vikings.
You gotta remember, dude. People don't understand. If the Lions lose, which could happen, Minnesota can definitely lose. If they both lose and the Packers win, the Lions and the Minnesota have to play each other again. So
somebody's gonna lose. Somebody's gonna lose in that game.
For sure, they got a lot to play for, so I'm taking the Packers.
Yeah, man, and Minnesota can lose this Sunday in Seattle, as we said.
Steph can, most definitely.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. Yeah, 14.
I'm not gonna lie though. If Minnesota goes into Seattle and wins that game, and Gino's playing, I'll cut him some fucking slack. If they go in there,
you've been saying that though every week.
I haven't said it. Come on, come on.
All right, man.
How about that? Well,
all right. All right, you really mean it this time. Got it. All right, cool. All right, man. So here we go. That's actually the board because there's some Saturday. There's a couple Saturday games, but so you're saying the Niners is a lock for you. You're gonna fucking dig in a little more into that one. You're giving the Chargers as your pick.
I'm not digging anymore in it. I'm putting the house on.
You're just going off historic trends off of it. Then this is a Niners spot for you.
100%.
All right, got it. So that's that. And then obviously you give the Chargers as a free pick. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen with Minnesota, man. But I'm gonna enjoy this week of football. Let's see what happens this week because there's some matchups on the board that are pretty decent. Like I said, I want to see what's gonna happen with the Texans and Chiefs too. But we'll see, man. Let's make it a good NFL weekend. And any other lock you want to give them before we get off here?
Oh,
that's about it, right? Just hammer the freaking.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Hammer them, get them in. All right. Well, Merry Christmas. We'll hop on here next week a little earlier than usual, and we'll get it done, man. We'll get the pod done a little earlier for you guys next week. So we'll definitely try to do our best to give you some locks. I know T's always dropping his locks, so quote unquote lock, right? But yeah, if you guys want to find any more info for a package or whatnot, at cjwins.com, CJWINNS. And if you want to reach out Instagram or Telegram at CJWins, CJWINNS. Well, thanks for your locks, T. Hopefully this week goes as planned for you because I'm going to be looking forward to it. And I hope that I'm not going to bet you that stake on the Niners, but I'm gonna dig in a little more. I know you're not. I'm gonna dig in a little more to the game, man. So we're gonna find out what's up with it. Sound good, man. But so that's it. That's your only ones for the weekend, right? Before we let them go. That's it. All right, sounds good, man. Well, thanks for coming on, man. We'll get them next week. We'll get on a little earlier because, like I said, Christmas will be a little earlier. We're gonna try our best to just front load the pod on Monday, before Monday Night Football, obviously. But thanks, man. Thanks for coming on, and we'll recollect next week, man, to get them another pod.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one.